Hey, so today I want to talk about um, three kinds of people, basically. Everybody in life is always, facing one thing or the other. And what you find interesting is people's response to the different challenges that they're facing and the situations they're in. Um, as a coach, one of the things I've discovered is that there are always three kinds of people every time. And you have to decide in what category you fall into. So, for me, the reason as a coach it's so critical to get this right is because it makes a difference in how much time you invest in working with people. So, first off, you have people who don't know that they have challenges. They're totally um, ignorant, if you will, and they just live in life. They don't know any better, and they just moseying on along. And if you encounter such people as a coach, um, well, you really don't try to wake them up unless they want to wake up. It's a core principle. The same thing applies to you when you think about your life. Are you walking around in a dream, oblivious of the fact that you need a change? Are you paying attention to what's going on around you to know if there's a need for you to do something different? Then we have the second group of people are people who know that they need a change, who know that they have problems, but they're just not motivated enough to do anything about it. They're kind of like, well, it's life. It is what it is, you know, and they just settle. Again, the same thing applies. For me as a coach, what that means is I cannot work with such people. Um, you can't force a horse to the stream. Even though people keep saying that you can force a horse to the stream, but you can't make it drink. When it comes to people, that is not a principle you want to follow. It really isn't. Because think about it. Do you like to be forced? You don't. There has to be a willingness on the part of people to change, which brings me to the third group of people. People who know that they have a need and are ready to do something to get the transformation. Now, that said, for all these groups of people, sometimes all that is needed is a little bit of education, which is one of the reasons why, as a coach, you don't just, well, I don't just, try to create transformation in people's life. I try to also educate, tell you to read books, watch videos, because sometimes when you realize that there can be something different, something better, that begins to create in you the desire to move forward. And when a desire is created, things begin to happen. You begin to run into different opportunities to create a transformation that you need. So if you look at your life and you sort of realize that it doesn't seem to be an impetus, to do anything to change it, it simply could be because there is not enough desire. So how would you build a desire? What you would do is start looking at people who are doing better than you. It doesn't matter in what area, but they're doing better than you. And ask yourself a simple question. If they can do it, why not you? That begins to create a desire. And then the next thing that happens is that you begin to think about how did they do it? Whether it's in business, whether it's in learning skills, whatever it is, you begin to ask that question. Once that begins to, come up in you, you will find that there will be a need, and the need will drive you to look for ways to achieve the transformation that you're looking for. So it is critical that you have those two things. Be aware that there's a need, there is a challenge that you're facing, and secondly, be willing, be fully committed, be willing to make the changes that you need to create the transformation that you want. Right? Those are the factors that make the difference. If those two are missing, doesn't matter who trains you, doesn't matter who you work with, doesn't matter how much you spend, you will not get results. Okay? So think about that, and I'll talk to you next time. Love you. Cheers.